right? This is more technical. Gade, the 5 parts and so forth. Okay, let us be with who we are. Let us try to see how the growth takes place with who we are now. Who we are now, we see that, okay, what is our mental tendency? Mental tendency to do good things or do bad things? Which is bigger? Which is greater? Huh? Good one? Okay, the good ones, they're lucky ones. Right? Or somebody said that you have just the few days of holidays, and why did you waste your time going to that, 3 hours, 2 hours drive to this kibbutz, right? You just wasted your time. You even did not take care of your family, right? What do you feel? Oh yes, that's true, I'm sorry. How dare you say like this, right? The reaction is very negative, very strong. Particularly if you say, what a stupid thing that you're doing, then what's your response? Okay, sorry, yes, I'm stupid. Or, right? Ha 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 ha. You may become angry inside, and also you may say ha 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 ha. Inside you are very angry, agitated. You getting it? Okay. So this is a reaction. This is who we are. This is who we are, right? Otherwise, if nobody disturbs you, then you are kind, gentle. The moment somebody disturbs you, you become irritated. This is who we are, right? So now our job is we are prone to become agitated. We are prone to become agitated. So that is where our mind is very easily going into the negativities, right? Because it's very easy going to negativities, going to virtues is very difficult, right? Virtue doesn't mean virtue of the good things in the samsaric sense, not in that sense, in the sense of wisdom of emptiness, bodhicitta, right? Wisdom of emptiness, how easy is that? Right? First we have to discuss, let us have the shahala. We'll first discuss with me that we can have some plan. And then still the wisdom of emptiness yet to come. Right? And then we make the announcement, still nothing happens. And then that's happening when? This year? Next year, which means not too sure. Right? So wisdom of emptiness, they're coming so slowly. Whereas the anger, the opposite forces, anger and so forth, they are so fast. Stupid, which is stupid, you stupid, right? Already so effective, right? We don't have to convene the conference, meeting, no need, right? So effective. This is how our mind is so effective towards the negative thoughts. And the positive thoughts, we have to convene meeting, shahala, please take care of the Dharma friend of Israel, right? And then Shahala is saying that, okay, you look for somebody else, right? There must be somebody else. If nobody takes the responsibility, don't worry, still I'm there, right? So this is how difficult it is to go into the Dharma, right? Okay. And the people, they sign up, yes, I'll come, because they don't have to pay. Right? Right? And yes, I'll come. The 100 people sign up, 200 people sign up, and finally only 40 people turn up, and the remaining 120 beds, the money go the way. So this is Dharma. Whereas the negative thoughts, right? So effective. They say, "I'll come," they come. Right? You stupid, right? It's so effective. You no need of plan, right? No need to sign up. It's amazingly effective. So now this is how our mind is so prone to negativities. So which means that, say, direction A is the negative side, the precipice, and direction B is nirvana. Let's say A, okay, let's say minus A and A. Minus A is samsara, precipice, and A is nirvana, let's say. So the train is moving from point 0 towards minus A. The train, big train, is moving from point 0. Point 0 is neutral, not samsara, not nirvana. From there it is moving towards minus A. If the train is moving towards that, this is exactly how our mind is moving towards minus A. Our mind is so addicted, so expert in negative thoughts, so expert. With the positive thoughts, it's so lazy, right? Okay, so if this train is moving towards the minus A and falling off the cliff, what should we do? Train, we take a U-turn? Okay, if you say U-turn, which means you don't know what a train is. Right? You think the train is like a car. Take a U-turn. Train is not a U-turn. So train, you have to stop it first. Say the negative, the mind is so forceful. So first you have to stop this mind from aggression, negativity. You have to stop that. Okay. How easy is that to be stopped? Very hard. Okay, because it is hard, it needs patience. You getting it? So stopping the negativities is the morality. Stopping the negativities is it's very difficult, it's the morality. And in the process, because it's very difficult in the process this process is very difficult, we need the patience. So the morality, the patience. Then slowly with the patience, then you still, how did the train stops?
Takes a while.
Slowly, and what sound does it make if you right? Which means somebody's expert. Who is that? Oh, yes, what is that sound? Okay. This sound, there's a friction there, friction, right? So what is this? Why this sound is being made? What is this? Why this sound is made? Because of the friction, right? Friction, acute friction. So because this friction is made, this friction means the difficulty is there. Because the difficulty is there, you should have the patience. Practice of patience comes into play. So with this, then the train stops. Once the train stops, okay, now I'm happy, I'll not fall into precipice. What should we do? You relax? No, reverse. Reverse means going towards the virtue. What is next? Morality, patience, and joyous effort. Going towards the virtue happily. How do we go into virtue happily? Shall I go or not go? Oh, I have to take care of I have to go to shopping. I have important shopping to do, right? Oh no, I'm going to miss one movie there. Right? Should I go for the 3-day retreat or not? I'm not too sure. Okay, so this is our virtue, which means that the joy is not there. When will the virtue become very intense? Is when the joy is there. Okay. In the Jewish tradition, what is one celebration which the small children, they all look forward to? Purim. Okay. Say we are all like small children, age 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now tomorrow is Purim. Purim, how many days?
2 days.
1 day, 2 day, 3 days. Okay. So let's say 2 days. Purim 2 days, right? And Purim, the children, they get what? Huh? Costumes.
Lots of
Candies.
Okay, that's amazing for the children. This is amazing. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Right? Now small children are looking for the Purim. Right? Purim, they are waiting for this Purim. And then the Purim comes. Right? Purim comes. Then will the moment Purim comes, when will this Purim finish? I wish it finishes. Will they anticipate finishing it, or they anticipate it's too short a time? Too short a time. When they enjoy doing something, the time is so short. They feel the time as very short. Right? So likewise, when you engage in virtue with the joy, you don't feel the time. So the virtue can be very intense and it can be very effective if there is a joy accompanying. So that is known as the joyous effort, enthusiasm, the joyous effort, finding joy in the virtue that you're engaging in. So when you go towards the virtue, which virtue? Virtue towards Buddhahood. That Buddhahood, how far? Very far away. It needs tremendous energy. For that, unless the virtue that you're doing, you find joy in it, you will feel that it's so far away, I don't like to do it. For the small children, for the young children, like age 4 or 5, if you say that, shall we make it 10 days? What will they say? Yes. They'll be very happy. They will not say, oh no, it's 10 days, it's too long. They will not say that. No? Right? Okay, Sunday, they said, let's make it very fun. Let's make it full of fun. Sunday, let's make it Sunday full, 10 days Sunday. No, Sunday, not Saturday. After Saturday. Sunday, let's make it 10 days. Then what will the students say? No, you're getting it? Okay, what they don't like, if it is 2-3 days extra, they find it like eons. What they like, 10 days is too short. You're getting it? So the joy, when you find joy, then even eons and eons is nothing for you. Right? So in fact, this is what I'm looking for. The eons, if it's 10 days, even better. 1 year, if that's even better. Eons, even better. Right? Okay, this is how the joyous effort comes to play. Now, at this point, say generosity. The first one, generosity, is the basic foundation for you to connect with the sentient beings. To work to become Buddha, to benefit the beings, first you should connect with the beings. Connect with the sentient beings. What connects with you with the sentient beings is the generosity. For example, say if you are desperately in need of water, and then nobody gives you water, and somebody says that, oh, you need water, please take this, right? You are connected. So the generosity connects you, because the whole purpose for the Bodhisattva is not to detach from the beings, is to attach with the beings, to be connected with the beings. It's not to kick away the beings, is to connect with the beings. So for that, generosity, that is the one which connects with the beings. And of course the generosity, there are 4 divisions. Of course all these divisions are there, we don't have time. Right? Okay. So the generosity connects with the beings. One, that is a basic foundation. So with this, then what happens is that then you have to work with your own mind, the mind which is so aggressive in nature. Stop the aggression. That is the morality. In the process of stopping the aggression, it's very difficult. We need the patience. With the patience, you have succeeded in stopping the mind from aggression. Then you have to go into the virtue. Virtue. Effective, how do you go into virtue effectively? With joy. That is the joyous effort. Okay, now your mind has become extremely pliant. Your mind has become extremely pliant. Pliant meaning that your mind, okay, the tendency virtue, non-virtue, your mind is not going there. Now your mind is so easy not going there. Virtue, your mind can easily go into virtue, right? So this is the basic raw material of your mind, like the hardware. So, hardware of the computer today and the hardware of the computer like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, right? Which is more sophisticated? Now it's much more sophisticated. Where very sophisticated software you put it, they can operate. You're getting it? Likewise, our mind has become so sophisticated now. So very positively sophisticated, because with the non-virtues, it can easily run away. With the virtues, it can easily delve into it with such a joy there. This is what our mind has become so pliant. So now with this, which virtue I'm going to do? What virtue I'm going to do? Tell me. So you have reached to that level of the generosity, morality, patience, enthusiasm. So with these 4 practices, your mind has become so supple and so pliant to the extent that with the negativities, no, it just runs away from negative. Virtue, that's such an energy. Jump into virtue with joy. This is what your mind is. Now next question, what virtue are you going to do?
Concentration.
Meditative concentration. Don't just calculate what's the next perfection. Don't check it. Tell me from what we have studied thus far, the 3 days. What is the best of the virtue from what we've learned the last 3 days? Wisdom, bodhicitta, shamatha.
No, practice to see things.
Anybody? Hey. Compassion. Where is Vajradhatu? Seeing the Vajradhatu, where is it? You see the Vajradhatu is inside. You see this and you are liberated. This is what we've been saying all the time, right? And still nobody says this. Seeing the Vajradhatu. Seeing the Dharmadhatu. Seeing the Dharmadhatu inside. What is the seeing the Dharmadhatu? Ultimate analysis or conventional analysis? Ultimate analysis. In other words, we have to strive to cultivate this wisdom. This wisdom to see the Dharmadhatu. That wisdom must be very bright. That wisdom must be very bright. You're getting it? So the job is to Dharmadhatu, to make the Dharmadhatu come out by removing the dirt, removing the afflictions, removing the mental defilements. All the mental defilements, the root is ignorance and the subtle smell of the ignorance. So how do we get rid of this ignorance and the subtle smell of the ignorance? Through the wisdom. Which wisdom? The wisdom to see the Dharmadhatu, the emptiness. You're getting it? You have to cultivate this wisdom. And this wisdom must be very stable. Light must be very stable. If the light is flickering, even though it is very bright, it cannot be used to read books. It must be very steady. The wisdom must be very steady. So the steadiness must be cultivated. For that matter, we need the perfection of the meditative concentration to stabilize the wisdom. Then, actual wisdom, this is the real virtue that which says that this is the final virtue, the greatest supreme virtue is the wisdom of emptiness. This should be cultivated. Step number, the perfection number 6. So these 6 perfections, they are primarily to cultivate yourself, to grow. Okay, the next set of the 4 to cultivate others. When you start growing, meanwhile, don't neglect the other side, cultivating others, benefiting others. So for that matter, we have to 4. What are they? Skillfulness. 1, to benefit one person or to benefit all sentient beings? To benefit all sentient beings. To benefit one, or practically speaking, to benefit as larger a group as possible. To benefit as a larger group as possible. For example, say the Dhamma Friends of Israel. What are you doing? Say some of you, like Leora for all these many years, then Sibila, now Shahala, and then we have the Sibila there, and then all the younger ones we have. Irid, yes, Irid there. Okay, and then now the younger ones are coming up. You're getting it? So the point is that you are taking, and then we have Shosh there. Right, so you are taking the responsibility. You are taking the responsibility of helping not only yourself, not only your family, trying to help the larger group. Practically speaking, all sentient beings. We can say about all sentient beings, but then practically speaking, to enlarge the circle of the benefit. Just see how much you can do that. And then meanwhile, the elders, see how much you can also nurture the younger ones. For example, like girl here, then the David, and then last time we have here the Shaha, and who else? Leon, yes. There, over there, Leon. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying is the elders should nurture the younger ones also. This is amazing that the Dhamma Friends of Israel, you are getting opportunity for the youngsters, given the response. You are the manager of this program. It's beautiful, it's amazing. This is how the younger ones get the opportunity. They also get the opportunity to grow, to take responsibility. Right? This is so precious. This system is so good. I really appreciate it. First time I thought that when Nurul said that, okay, Leon is the manager of I thought that there's a gray hair girl, right, coming, and there's a very young girl coming up. I'm Leon. I thought that, how come you're the manager? This system is so good. Dhamma Friends of Israel, giving responsibility for the younger ones to take care of the programs. And then later, the next time I saw was the Shaha, right? There's a Shaha. Oh, Shaha is a gentleman. I know him, right? There's a girl sitting there, young one sitting there. Oh, it's so good, so good. Now, then I saw the David Monash there, and then now here, girl here. So this is so good. And then the younger ones, you volunteer. You tell the seniors, elders, that I want to volunteer. Of course, they will finally decide who to be the appointed as somebody who can actually do something, right? So meanwhile, everybody can. But then everybody can at what stage? We have to grow. You're getting it? So this is very precious. In other words, what I'm saying is that just see how to expand the circle of your benefiting, circle of the benefiting others. Just see. Okay, this is important. So for that matter, as the circle expands, the complication increases. Do you agree with me? as the circle expands, complication increases, more and more thoughts are involved, more and more minds are coming, complication. As complication increases, you will need more and more skill. So the first one is skillfulness. Number one, to build others, skillfulness. Then number two is, say when we think about all sentient beings, what we can actually do is, right? Say not really all sentient beings. We can do the maximum that you can, like 100, 200, 300, whatever. For example, His Holiness is like millions. So in our case, maybe like say 10, 20, 100, whatever. So this side. So the remaining side, those who we are not able to get direct access to, then we pray. We include them in the prayers that may I be able to help all beings. So include them in the prayers. That is number two. Then number three is the power. Just as you prayed, you should be able to do it. You should have the power to do it. Right? You should have the power to do that. Number three. Then number four is discriminatory wisdom. So there, say as the group becomes larger, to help the individuals they have the unique attributes, unique aspirations, unique propensities, unique the inclinations. They're very unique. You have to know each and everything. On that basis, you should be able to help accordingly, right? For that, we need to discriminatory. Should be able to have a sense of discrimination, to see that, oh, this person doesn't like this person like this person should be tackled like this should be like, so all this discriminative wisdom is required. This is so important. It's very complicated. Okay.
So it's not skillful, it's totally different from the wisdom we know. So
Okay.
closer to skillful means.
Okay, so the here set of 6 perfections. The first one, number 6 is wisdom. Now the set of 4. Number 4 is discriminatory wisdom. Again, this is wisdom. There are 2 wisdoms there. One question: what's the difference between the 2? Second question: what's the difference between this wisdom, this discriminatory wisdom, and the skillfulness? These 2. What's the difference? Okay. So the wisdom as number 6 in the set of 6. That wisdom is the wisdom to know the ultimate. Wisdom to know the ultimate. Wisdom to know the ultimate reality. So the wisdom, that is a set of the 4th in the set of the 4. That is the wisdom to know the conventional truth. Wisdom to know the conventional, the multiplicity of the conventional truth. This is wisdom. Now the difference between the wisdom and the skillfulness. The skillfulness is the actual action, how you can deal with the things, and these dealing skillfulness will happen only if you have the discriminatory wisdom. You getting it? You should have that wisdom to be able to act skillfully. Because skillfulness is the manifestation of what is wisdom inside. For example, what is coming on the screen, like laptop. Say there's a big, huge laptop. The screen is there. Computer screen is there, and the hardware is, what do you call it? ECU? PC? CPU. Or CPU is there, a small CPU is there, and the screen is huge. What is happening on the screen is actually happening in the CPU, right? What is actually happening there on the big screen is not really that big. It's actually happening in these very small chips there. This is what is happening. Likewise, what is happening on the screen, it is like the skillfulness, what you display, dealing with the beings, and what decides whether you are able to skillfully do that or not is decided by the chips of the wisdom of discriminatory wisdom. That decides. The sharper that the wisdom, the better is the skillfulness. Okay. Okay, it's 4:33. We still continue? It's till
Yes, half another month. That's something.
What about first universe? We have an hour?
Okay. Okay. 66. Generosity. Generosity is multiple hardships. With the generosity, engaging the act of generosity is not easy. So you have to encounter with the multiple hardships. Ethics, gathering beings' welfare. So there, how you gather the well-beings of the welfare of the beings is through. So how we disrupt the welfare of the beings through aggression. You stop the aggression, and automatically you can work for the welfare of the beings. And patience, benefiting beings. So with the patience, of course, they said when you are not patient, then nothing really works. Everything is spoiled easily, right? So there's a party happening, somebody is a little impatient, the whole atmosphere party disappears. Okay, patience, benefiting beings. Through these three, the dhatu bloom. So how to make this dhatu come out? There are so many factors. The direct factor is to realize emptiness. To realize emptiness of the mind. To realize emptiness in general, and more precisely to realize emptiness of the mind. But to make it happen is not just always this. What is the expression? There is English expression. The all work and no play. This is the expression. What is that? Huh? No. Makes Jack a dull boy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You're getting it? Oh, dhatu, wisdom empties, with no other the other factors involved, then it can really make you bored. Make the Jack a dull boy, right? Okay. So the point is that it must be supported by the other practices, 6 perfections. So these 3, the first 3. The remaining will be explained later. These two, generosity, ethical discipline, and the patience, they help to bloom your dhatu. Number 1. 67. Enthusiastic vigor, that is the joyous effort, and for all dharmas, in terms of the virtues. Dharma here referring to the virtues. The virtues. The mind that enters meditative poise, and then the next one is the single-pointed meditation. Single-pointed mind that enters the meditative poise, single-pointed meditation. Then number 6, wisdom as your resort at all times, the wisdom of emptiness. These 2 enhances enlightenment, the dhatu. Okay, so we have the 6 perfections done. 68. Now the 4 perfections. Wisdom that is joined with means skillful means. 1. Aspiration prayers, very pure. Number 2, a firm stand in power. Number 3, the power. Wisdom 2, that is the discriminatory wisdom. These 4 dhammas make the dhatu flourish. So finally your Dharmadhatu should flourish. This dhatu has 2 qualities. What? 2 qualities mean to benefit yourself completely, to benefit all beings, others completely. So it has 2 the potentials. So the first potential is blossomed by the 6 perfections, and the second potential is blossomed by the 4 perfections. 69. Okay. The Bodhicitta I pay no homage, saying such is evil speech. Where there is no bodhisattvas, there will be no dharmakaya. Okay, so this, what we have learned thus far, finally dhatu must become manifest so that you become enlightened, you will be able to benefit all sentient beings. In the process, you achieve the 2 states, the state of fearlessness and the state of the maximum happiness, infinite happiness. Meanwhile, benefit all sentient beings equally. So this is an incredible gift, incredible aspiration for everyone. And who's that? Who's that who wants to have the fearlessness and the infinite happiness, boys or the girls?
Everyone.
Educated, uneducated, religious, non-religious. Everyone wants that. So, if you really want that, so this state is known as the fully awakened state. When the Dharmadhatu inside, when that becomes manifest. That is the point when you achieve that state which you are seeking, which everybody is seeking. So, how to awaken that? Is through the wisdom supported by the 6 perfections. Wisdom to see the emptiness, supported by 6 perfections. And these 6 perfections must be driven by the force of bodhicitta. So without the bodhicitta, it lie down there. For example, let's say there's a poisonous tree there, this tree with the wind blowing, everyone here